So how do we get the highest reward for the lowest risk when we are trading the stock market, right? What exactly is reward to risk? Hi guys, Joey here, top-tier reminder and trader in Philips Securities and chief trainer at Trading Post, right? So what happens is when we are executing on any single trade, right, there's only one thing that we want to know, right? We want to know our plan, right? There's no way we know whether this stock will move up or down, but there's one thing that we know is we have our trade plan, all right, that has a reward and risk to it, right? And because of this reward to risk, we have what we call a reward to risk ratio, right? So we want to try to have the highest reward for the lowest risk, right? So for example, let's say we have a trade plan that we are prepared to lose 5 cents. That means for this particular stock, if it were to fall to a certain level, we'll lose 5 cents, we'll get out, and then we lose that money, right? But we're going to have a reward of at least 2 times of this amount. It means 2 times of 5 cents, which should be 2 times 5, at least 10 cents of reward. That means we risk 5 cents, we're going to potentially make 10 cents or more. It could be 15 cents, it could be 20 cents or 30 cents. A reward to risk ratio of at least 2 times, right? So how do we do that, right? What happens is I have my laptop right over here, all right? I will show you and give you an example of a particular stock and how do we strive to get a high reward to risk ratio, right? So when we do it consistently, all right, and we have many tricks set ups, right, that have a high reward to risk ratio, that's how we can potentially win consistently in the long run, right? So let's take a look at my screen right now and I'll show you, right, an example of this particular stock of how do we get the reward to risk ratio and when to get in and get out. Let's take a look right now. So I have CapitaLand right over here, right? And what happened for this last month, we saw CapitaLand breaking below the $3.40 support level, right? So it was at about $3.39, right? And hence there were some downside targets that were drawn, right? So these downside targets will be what we call the reward, right? The reward would be probably to about $3.25 and then to about $3.10, right? But the key thing that we want to take note of is the risk. That means if you were to take a short position, all right, and this particular stock were to move back up, we want to get out, right? So what would be the risk, right? So in this case, let's say the stock is at $3.39 and we want to risk maybe about 4 cents, right? That means let's say if it rebounds back up to probably about $3.43, right, we want to get out, that would be 4 cents, right? So we need to have a reward to risk ratio of at least 2 times. That means 2 times of 4 cents, which should be about 8 cents, right? So in this case, let's say it's $3.39, all right, and our downside target is about $3.25. Yeah, it's definitely more than 8 cents, right? And if it does break below another support, it can potentially hit down to $3.10, and that would be where our reward could be potentially more again, right? So this is what happens. So we have our downside targets that were drawn, right? So let's take a look at what happens, a few weeks after these targets were drawn. So CapitaLand has actually sold down, all right, towards our downside target. It kind of hit our first target about a week later, all right, and kind of pushed lower to about $3.10, which was our second target, and it came all the way down to about $3, right? So our potential reward, all right, actually played out, right? But here's the thing, right? What happens is if it doesn't play out, what happens is if it were to reverse back up to $3.43, all right, then yes, we would get out, right? But that would be our risk, right? But the downside reward, right, is more than the risk of at least 2 times. That was why I would say that this particular trade plan is worth it, or is worth it, right? We want to take trades in this particular direction, the downside direction, because the trade is worth it and the reward to risk ratio is at least more than 2 times. So let's take a look at another stock for the upside direction, right? So this stock right up here is called Bread Talk, right? So it's currently trading at about 104, right? So let's say we want to take a trade to ride the rebound back up, right? Maybe you want to take a trade about 101 or 102, right? So there is a potential risk that we want to be prepared to lose, right? So let's say we enter at about 102, right? And our potential risk could be 4 cents below 102. That means about 0.98. That means if you were to drop from 102 to 0.98, all right, we will get out. That would be our risk, right? So we want the reward to be at least 2 times of this risk. That means 2 times of this 4 cents, which should be at least 8 cents, right? That means let's say we buy at 102, we want to have at least 8 cents of a potential reward. I'm not saying that it will definitely go up or rebound back up, but what I'm saying is that we want to have a reward of at least 8 cents. In this case, probably a target of about 110 first, and if after 110, a potential target to be about 125, right? So that would be a reward to risk ratio of at least 2 times. This is why when we have many trades like this with a high reward to risk ratio, that's how we can increase our odds of winning in the long run. So there we have it. I hope you have learned something from this particular sharing, right? So what happens is if you want to dive deeper, all right, and see the proven framework of how we actually get in and get out, and how do we pick winning stocks, right? I would like to invite you to this free online masterclass that will be happening real soon. Alright, so what you need to do right now, right, is click on the button below, click on the link above and below this video, right, and register yourself for this free online masterclass. Right, so I seldom do webinars or online masterclass like this. So what you want to do is click on the link, register for it before we close them. Right, so go ahead, do that, and I will look forward to see you in the masterclass.